Hey everyone, this is the deck I played on June 19th. Um, Anything interesting to speak of? Back when 100 Card Singleton started, I played like Elves of the Deep Shadow and the Snow Mana making one, just because there weren't that many 1-drops, but now there's a million 1-drops. I'm not playing Fiendhorn Elves and Absence Pilgrim, all of which I played before. Tainted Pack is like the most busted card in Singleton. Like, it's literally Demonic Tutor at instant speed, because if you play like snow-covered lands instead of like a basic mountain, swamp, or forest, then that's a different name. So you can literally have 100 discrete names, like including basic land. So it's just like instant speed Demonic Tutor. Anox Survivalist is good. I used to play Nentic Vigilante, and that's just like pretty much a strict improvement on Survivalist. Naturalized effects like that, and Stomp Holler, and Wickerbro Elder, and then the Acidic Slime, and the new one in Origins are just really good in Singleton. People always seem to have a target. Nature's Lore 3 visits. That's like a 1-mana color fixer if you think about it, because it brings a force into play untapped. So on like turn 3, I can go Nature's Lore 3 visits and then get a Taiga or a Bayou, fix my mana, and then play a 2-drop with the leftover mana. Reclamation Sage, also good for naturalized effects. Thornscape Battle Mage, I can't use the white ability very often. Once in a while, the Deathrite Shaman and the Birds of Paradise will let me get it, but there's no land in my deck that makes white. My Dryad is a card I've cut before and a card I play sometimes. It does not put your land into play untapped, but it does put your land onto the battlefield, unlike a Civic Wayfinder or Borderland Ranger, I think it's called. Murderous Cut, I wavered back and forth between Murderous Cut and Go for the Throat. There aren't that many artifact creatures that are must kill, and even something like a Wormcoil Engine, where even if you could target it, you probably still wouldn't, because you don't want to put that in the graveyard. You need to exile it or bounce it or something. For some reason, Sarkhan the Dragon Speaker does not work in Gatherling. Like, Sorin didn't work for a while, but now it works. I think some of the Theros gods don't work in Gatherling too. Something about a comma messes it up. Tasker, obviously I can use the ability here. In Modern right now, some people are playing the Fish, Gurmag Angler, because they can't activate the ability. Oh, and here's the good old familiar Magic Online thinking. I think the only thing I have left, is it used to just a Tombstalker, but after Cons came out, I added Tasker and Murderous Cut. But before, Tombstalker was always like super cheap, and I always had a huge graveyard. And then people should know from Legacy, the good old 1-mana Green Sun Zenith, where you find a Dryad Arbor in turn 1. But even if you don't, like, Singleton is insane, because your entire deck is the toolbox. So let's look at a match. Hi everyone, I'm recording a video of the 100 Card Singleton Chainsaw Massacre event, playing Karakusk, who I remember from the sanctioned 100 Card Singleton days, and Standard Singleton. That was a format too. But 2010, 2009, they're firing all the time. I think the last one was 2011. But I'm playing a Jund deck, and as you can see, I have a Surek in my hand, so I'm going to need double green, and I have a Pillage in my hand, so I'm going to need double red, but I can't get a Taiga with my Polluted Delta, so I just have to play it by ear. This is actually, it's kind of suspenseful, because this event happened 6 days ago, so I don't remember what I did here. I'd imagine I drew either a mountain or a forest. Oh, there we go. I drew a Temple of Malady, and oh, what did I scry? Hold on, sorry. I put a card on the bottom, so it must have been something it must have been a land, because at this point I didn't think I needed another land, because the Temple of Malady plus the 3 in my hand plus Delta's 5 lands, so that's too many lands. Little did I know that I was going to get Molten Rained. So I get Molten Rained here, so I'm still in the same situation. Like before, I thought, oh, I'm going to get a Blood Crypt with my polluted Delta, because the Temple of Malady gives me a 2nd green for Surak, but now that I'm getting Rain, that kind of throws that plan off. So I don't know what I get here. I think I get a Blood Crypt. There's also an argument for just waiting to see what I draw before even getting a land. Okay, I did get Blood Crypt. And then the Birds of Paradise comes, and all of a sudden my mana issues have been solved. But again, just like the Temple of Malady, like it's not really solved because he just destroys what I'm doing. So, you know, if he's going to play a land destruction, I'm going to play a land destruction too. So, go ahead and pillage that forest. And then here he comes with a Fulminator Mage. So he's practically playing a land destruction deck here. Luckily, my opening hand had 4 mana sources, and then I drew 2 straight after that. The Temple of Malady and the Birds of Paradise. But the Delta was able to find me lands to get to 4, and once I get to 4, I've got my Surak and my Obstinate Baloth. So Wild Nakatos don't match very well against Suraks and Obstinate Baloths. And it looks like he is pretty heavy on lands. I'd imagine he's mana flooded here. I had the option here of casting the Surak to block with the Wild Nakato, or I could play Witness and then get the Temple of Malady to continue developing my mana base, because I really wanted to get the 6 to play Dragonlord Kolaghan, or just to have more mana. I guess I could even play Surak and Golgari Charm the same turn. The one danger here is if he gets like a Plateau or a Savannah or even just a Plains, then my Witness can't block the Wild Nakato. I'm okay with that, because that would knock me down to 11, and then I'll still have a lot of blockers. Birds of Paradise, definitely not threatening. I mean, at this point, I'm kind of thinking maybe he can play a Naya Charm or a Jun Charm, but I'm not too worried about it. I keep the Eternal Witness back to block, because even though I'm in a pretty dominating position, like there's no reason for me to risk having him go runner, you know, like a Searing Blood and then a Ball Lightning or something dumb like that. Like there's no reason for me to risk that. So that was game 1. I made a mistake sideboarding here. There's no replay of the sideboard, so I don't remember what I did, but I definitely forgot to take out the Black Vise. Black Vise is fine when you're on the play, and it's fine on the draw against islands, but it's not that good against like an aggressive red deck. But whoops, you know, mistakes happen. And at least I didn't draw it on turn like 6 or something. Like it's still gonna do a little bit of something, although it's not exactly what you're looking to do. So when he plays that Heath here, I guess I need to talk about my decisions there. When he plays that Heath, I'm like, oh, is he Naya? Is he Jun? No, he is just another way to find Taiga. A potential play, pretty bad one, is to, instead of playing the Temple, playing the Verdant Catacombs, go Manamorphose and then just try and like in the dark to hit a 2-drop. I don't think that's the way to go, especially since I've got a Flametongue Kabu. I really want to hit my 4th land drop, so the Temple is going to help me do that. I don't know what happened to the chat box, but I'm pretty sure I kept that Courser, because even though it's not a land, I have to go next turn, go Courser, and then on turn 4, if I don't draw a land, I might have a land revealed Courser. Then I can just play that in Flametongue, have good times. And then if that doesn't happen, I can always witness my Delta to get a land. And it looks like he's going on the beatdown plan. Oh, yeah, of course I Manamorphose to see what I can find with... Oh, I gotta pause here. Okay. And the Manamorphose to see if I can find something better than Courser. I don't know if there is anything better than Courser there, but I like to cast it. And especially if you get in the library, maybe you can like witness it back or something. So there's a forest on top of my deck. I'm going to draw that, and so I'm going to get a free land next turn. I don't know if I'm going to get a free life next turn. I don't know if the one second from the bottom is also a land, so whether I'll be able to just have a land in hand even if he kills the Courser. So he played Reckless Charge on his Witness. Why is their mana still gone? Maybe he burned me to the face or something. No. He Witness, Reckless Charge, returning Rift Bolt. So I'm kind of at 7, except I'm really at 8 because the Courser is going to live, and I'm going to play a land. So at this point, I'm thinking, like I was before, do what you can not to take any damage. The Golgari Charm is something to keep in mind. If he tries a Reckless Charge, the Witness, I can just Golgari Charm minus. I do also have to remember the Rift Bolt can potentially kill something, so I'm not going to play like a naked Wickerboro Elder and then just remove the -1/-1 counter, because the Rift Bolt would just kill it. Okay, Spike Feeder, that's a really good draw. So I didn't what happened to one of my lands there? I had enough lands to play. Oh no, he's still in Rain of Land. So I witnessed back to Taiga. Now, I guess one option is I also could have witnessed back a fetch land, because those two wash out the sacrifice life and an extra trigger from the Courser. But if he kills the Courser, that doesn't happen, and plus I need the red anyways. So Averted Catacombs can't find a Taiga because it's already in the graveyard. I'd have to find Stomping Ground or just like a basic mountain. No, I can't get a basic mountain with the Catacombs or Delta. So yeah, that's why I got the Taiga. And then Spike Feeder is good. Like, even though I'm effectively at 8 because of the Rift Bolt, the Spike Feeder, assuming I can cast it, brings me up to 9. Stagger Shock, didn't know that was coming, but okay, so I cast the Flametongue because I didn't want him to have a target for the Reckless Charge, and I was comfortable enough with my life that I didn't think I needed the 4 from Spike Feeders, because even if he Rift Bolts me, that puts me to 9, and with a Flametongue to like block a potential, haste guy, like 2-drop Reckless Charge flashback, I'm still okay because I can block that. But I do want to get that Spike Feeder on the battlefield soon, if not gain life from it. And then of course the Stagger Shock could go to my head too. And then here's Stomp Holler. Oh, I mentioned this to him. Everyone's made this mistake before. Like, obviously the Black White doesn't do anything. He's at 2 cards in hand. He should have Stomp Holler the Courser, but it's not obvious. Especially if you don't play Standard, that Courser is an enchantment. It's very easy to forget. So at this point, I play 2 spells, the Spike Feeder and the Evoke on the Stomp Holler. Spike Feeder can still block, and then gain life, so that is insurance against some kind of haste creature. Then I've got Garrick coming soon. I think I'd play that, but you know, he sees the writing on the wall, so did not feel like finding out. Everyone, so this hand is obviously very strong. Two potential lines here are to go turn 1 elf, and then turn 2 potentially do a ton of things. I could, if I draw 3-drop, I could play it. If she plays a turn 1 creature, I can burst lightning it and then attack the Elvish Mystic. Another potential is just to go swamp him, but I'm going to go with Elf, because generally if you can accelerate, you should. You don't want to fall behind, and it's very nice to get ahead. What's going on here? Oh, there we go. Okay. So Sylvan Tutor, at this point I'm thinking what's going on. That's not a very commonly played card. I believe Worldly Tutor is legal in Singleton, so either she didn't want to pay for a Worldly Tutor, and I'm not going to blame her here because I've made some substitutions based on money, or she's playing both Worldly Tutor and Sylvan Tutor. And I thought she'd be getting like a combo piece or something, but she just got a Secure Tribe Elder, so did not exactly stir fear in me. Argothian Enchantress has got Shroud, so not much way to stop it. Like if I've got like a Hushwing Griff or like a Golgari Charm, but at this point I'm just kind of at the mercy of whether or not she gets the enchantments she's looking for. And I'm getting, you probably can't see this, but I'm getting the good old Circle of Death here. Alright, so we'll him her and see what comes up. I do have a Burst Lightning in case, so I hit the Seal of Primordium, which I wasn't that worried about because I don't have any naturalized targets, and a Secure Tribe Elder, which I'm feeling pretty good about because if it's important enough for her to tutor for it, it's good enough to make her discard with the him. So now it's turn 4, and I can play the Acidic Slime, or I can play the Whisperwood Elemental. Not sure what's happening here. I need to pay 2. Oh, I paused it, right? It just unlagged. Both are good. Like, set her back on mana, don't let her develop, or like just start manifesting. So even if she does have spells, like she's just overcome with targets. Here I had the option of abrupt decaying the passivism and just attacking, but I did want to set her back because she did search for the Secure Tribe Elder, so I knew she needed mana, so I figured I might as well keep her resource deprived, which did work out. Like, she ended the game with 6 cards in hand, so mana screw is a very real thing, especially in 100 card. I feel like it happens more. Okay, game 2. This is a mana light hand, but because of Temple and I'm on the draw, so hopefully I get some goodies. The Reckless Reveler probably is not going to do a whole lot in this matchup because she plays lots of enchantments rather than artifacts, and I do keep hitting lands. I'm not worried about the Mystery of the Unseen because it takes 4 mana to activate. I mean, obviously I could have abrupt decayed there, but you know, wasn't presenting a threat yet. And she doesn't have like an Enchantress or anything, and for some reason she didn't activate the mystery in response to my abrupt decay. At first I thought she had like an instant she wanted to play, but she just forgot. Or Magic Online lag. I know this event is real early for Michelle. It's like 7 a.m. in the morning. Come But yeah, no one's perfect. I've made some mistakes. But yeah, so if she doesn't draw into her enchantment theme, like if she doesn't like go off, it just looked a white-green deck, and my draw was very strong for doing like a green mirror attrition match. So the Honden isn't enough here to stop the beats. I'm attacking for 10 a turn, and I've got the Master making wolves. So obviously the Honden is not a single card strategy. The Cessation is interesting. Again, like that's not a card you normally play, but if you've got like a bunch of Enchantresses, then you would. But as I mentioned during the deck build, naturalized effects are very good. Normally I play it for the artifact destruction, the swords and stuff, black buys, but sometimes you find a target in enchantments and stuff. But yeah, thanks for watching, and 100 card Singleton Chainsaw Massacre every Friday at 5 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Pacific, sponsored by MTGO Stock. Hope to see you. Free entry.